Y'all already know the vibes, man. Welcome to New York State Prison Stories, man. This is part one. Um, Today, man, I'm gonna talk about how familiarity breeds content and how you shouldn't get familiar with people because prison is a very miserable place to be. You know what I'm saying? And a very dangerous place to be at that. So check it out. Now, this is a situation where, getting familiar with people could lead you down the wrong paths in prison. You know, it was two dudes. We was in Attica Correctional Facility. First off, let me let y'all know that we was in Attica. We was in one of the worst prisons too. So we was in Attica. It was probably around like 2014, I should say, around there somewhere. And it was two dudes across the hall from me, you know what I'm saying, that I could visibly see. And one dude name, I think his name was this was the dude that I used to vibe with him sometimes, and his name was, what was his name again, man? A little squeaky, skinny, scrawny kid from Brooklyn, man. Seven. His name was Seven. Seven to be exact. His name was the number 7. You know what I'm saying? And I forgot the Long Island dude. The other dude was from Long Island. Short, stocky, little muscle bound dude. And I used to watch how they conversed and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? And I used to, being a veteran prisoner already, I used to be able to see where, it was going to lead to, because the Long Island dude was disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? He'd say disrespectful things out his mouth, you know what I'm saying? And Seven would let it slide, like I said, he is scrawny, I'm skinny, and he was guard body. He was, he was humble, he was a humble dude. And I used to see where it was going to go, because this dude was reckless. The dude that he chose to befriend, the dude that he chose to converse with, the dude that he chose to, share cigarettes or whatever with, he was loose at his mouth. So I'm like, yeah, I see, as a veteran dude already, I'm like, yeah, I see where this is going to go. So long story shorter, right? Over the time, he was just disrespecting Seven and shit. And I'm a Brooklyn dude. At the end of the day, I'm a diehard Brooklyn dude. So at the end of the day, you already know the vibes. While, he used to always call Seven out too. Let me just say that to y'all. He used to always be calling him out. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing. And I used to just be laid back listening. Like, he always challenging Seven, knowing Seven don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? And it egged me. So as the little stuff used to be going on, one day I pulled up on the gate and I called Seven while son was outside at rec. And I asked him, like, yo, Seven, man, what's up with you, bro? He was like, yo, what up, bro? What you mean? I was like, yo, why you be letting that Long Island nigga talk to you like that, bro? I'm like, yo, why you be letting this Long Island dude talk to you like that, man? And then my other son chimed in that was across the hall, that was on his side. Like, he was, his cell was on the same side as Seven. He chimed in too, like, yeah, man, I be hearing that dude talk to you reckless, you know what I mean? Woo, woo, man, come on, man, you can't be letting dudes talk to you like that, because he from Brooklyn too. My son that's chiming in, I ain't gonna say no names, but my son that was chiming in, he from Brooklyn too. You know what I'm saying? So he chiming in too, like, yo, yeah, son, I be hearing boy be talking records. So now we tag teaming the nigga Seven. We tag teaming them, Brooklyn on Brooklyn, you know what I mean? We tag teaming them. And we like, yo, bro, man, real deal. You can't be letting dudes talk to you. Like, he like, yo, but I'm humble, man. I don't like to get into it. I just want to do my time. And we just explaining to him, like, yo, homie, you in prison. Like, whoop-diddy, wop-diddy, wop. Right? So, boom. The next day, the next morning, like that next night, like that same night, ain't nothing happening, nothing. So, but I was sitting in my bed, right? And I was like, yo, I was sitting in my bed, like, So the next morning, right? The next morning, we all coming outside. We all coming out the cell so we could go to either breakfast or the yard. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he ain't say nothing. Seven ain't say nothing. Remember, they side by side. They next door neighbors to each other. We all coming out. Hey, yo, Seven got the blinking them. Boom, 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 boom. And mind you, Seven is tall and he's linky. You know what I'm saying? Seven tall and he's linky. The Long Island dude is short and he's stocky. So Seven holding him with one arm like back and just kept banging him. Boom, boom. Yo, homie didn't even know where he was at. He just kept dinging him. Boom, boom. Thought I was soft. Boom. I was trying to, boom, talking to him and all that. Had him the whole time like, boom, boom. Yo, he was so embarrassed that he got beat up by Seven, that when the police came on the company, because in Attica, anybody that know about Attica know this. When the police say stop, dudes usually stop, you heard, because that's like a first class ticket to a beating. You know what I'm saying? They'd try to beat on you for that. You know what I'm saying? And then they'd try to just chalk it up to your opponent doing that to you. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, yeah, his opponent beat him like that. We ain't do that to him. But yeah, he got beat so bad that when the police came, he didn't even know. I don't know if he was still delusional or he was so mad that he didn't listen to the police. He was still trying to, you know, he was all lumped up and all that. You know what I'm saying? The police like, yo, stop. They hit him with the stick a few times, you know what I'm saying? Because he was so mad that he ain't get one punch in. And that's just a prime example in prison about bullying. You know what I'm saying? Anti-bull, like, yeah, you got people in prison that don't like bullying, and people will be watching from the outside, and they'll pull the strings and puppeteer, get you hit. Stay respectful, stay humble, peace. So yeah, I was sitting in my bed, right, and I'm like, he giving away shit. I'm rethinking everything. Because the next morning it popped off. So I'm sitting in my bed that, you know, that like when it popped off, like I'm thinking about everything. I'm like, oh, that's why he was, because Seven started giving away everything that he had in his cell, but I wasn't peeping it. When I was sitting in my cell listening to that night, I kept hearing Seven call the porter, like, yo, man, give this to 20 cell. They'll give this to me. Like he passed something to me. He passed something to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? He was passing sneakers. But I wasn't catching on though. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't catching on the whole time. Like he had his mindset